Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm actually doing a repaint of that picture I started in the Arteezer acrylic review because a lot of you said you really liked that picture and I did like the concept too, so I thought I would redo it in mediums that I was more comfortable with and mediums that I feel work better than those paints. So I already had a really rocky start to this picture because I tried mixing my own inks because I really wanted a teal background for this piece, and when I mixed the blue and yellow that seemed to work fine, but then I added in white and that seemed to muck up the whole mixture. It was very patchy, the colour wasn't what I wanted at all, so I just decided to go over it with black ink, which I feel really changed the atmosphere and the feeling of this piece, but it couldn't be helped sadly. It definitely gave this piece a more old-fashioned vibe, which is not really what I was after, but I think the end result actually looks quite nice. So a lot of you probably watch my studio diaries and you know I've been feeling very iffy about my art. I've felt very strange in regards to it. I'm not sure what I want from it and I'm not sure what I actually want to draw. The things that I do want to draw, I feel I draw too much, especially like botanical illustrations and flowers and all that kind of thing, but those are the things I actually really enjoy drawing, along with fashion, shoes, characters. Although I'd like to start branching out into more illustrated landscape pieces where there's kind of like characters in an environment with like vehicles and everything. I really enjoy drawing stuff like that, but I'm kind of afraid to tackle it. But I feel I can't tackle these pieces unless I do a ton of studies before the illustration. I feel like I need to get better at drawing cars and backgrounds before I'm allowed to draw a fully finished piece, which I think that's the trap I've fallen into. I've just been doing lots and lots of studies in my sketchbooks and it is good. I feel like I've learnt a lot, but I'm getting very bored of doing studies. But I feel like I can't do anything else at the minute. And when I look at my sketchbook and I don't have any ideas, I always fall back on studies. But when I go to pick up my sketchbook now, I think, oh man, I just don't want to draw studies because that's all I've been drawing. Although when you look through my sketchbook, it doesn't seem like a lot. I always feel like I could be doing more. But I think I want to be doing more pictures, more fully finished illustrations rather than just doing the same thing in my sketchbook over and over again. So this piece here was kind of like going back to my comfort zone a bit. I just wanted to do something that I would find easy and enjoyable, because I do worry about stagnating in my art. I want to improve, I want to get so much better than I am, but I think I don't take the time to just enjoy what I'm making in the moment. It's funny saying that out loud. I think that is the exact problem that I have when I'm working on one piece. I'm not enjoying that piece, I'm thinking about the next piece I can be working on. So instead of just taking the time to fully enjoy an illustration, I'm like 3 illustrations ahead in my brain. Which in a way is not super bad because it means I'm getting excited about drawing again and doing art and painting, but I'm just worried about becoming repetitive in what I draw because I know I like drawing flowers and all the kind of things that I mentioned before. I'm just worried, when does it become repetitive what I'm doing? When does it become boring to look at or boring to look through my artwork if everything looks the same or it's the same subjects over and over again? There seems to be like this strange fine line between being repetitive and having a subject that you're very passionate about, because there are so many painters from older times that seem to enjoy just painting one subject and that's the thing they would stick to. They painted other things sometimes, but they mostly stuck to the thing that they liked. So it's really difficult to find this balance of being varied in what you can draw, but having something that is your thing, the thing that you like to do, the thing that you're kind of known for. And I guess this kind of falls into that style argument about finding your style, because I know a lot of people can get really worried about that. But I think I've probably mentioned this somewhere before, is that I feel like it's very difficult to find your voice on the internet today, because there are so many artists, and it's so amazing that we've got this opportunity to have our artwork seen by so many people now. But at the same time, it's like it's very difficult to find your little niche, your little part of the internet that you can call your own. And it's also really easy to feel like everything has been done before, even though nobody can tell or draw a picture from your perspective. Nobody can do the thing that you can do, if that makes sense. If somebody paints flowers, no two people will do it the same, because they're going to see those flowers differently. But yeah, I think that's enough about talking about style crises and art crisis and everything, because it does kind of get annoying to me. I'm annoying myself with it. I mean, I do feel happy today, and I've felt really happy making this picture as well. So I think I am on sort of a journey to just realising that doing my own thing is the best thing that I can do. So I'll talk about the process of this picture a bit, because as I said, I kind of got off to a rocky start with mixing the ink colours, but after that I kind of felt very at ease using my watercolours, because I realised watercolours are probably my favourite medium. And with this picture I actually experimented more with putting coloured pencil on top of my watercolours, and I just love the effect of that. It's something I definitely want to do more in future. I did a little test on my studio diaries when I drew in Joy Sand style, and I'm kind of addicted to using coloured pencil on watercolour now. It kind of adds this really nice texture and just adds more depth, I think, to the picture. And because watercolours are quite a transparent medium anyway, I think it's very easy to get very washed out colours or very insipid colours. So adding this coloured pencil added some vibrancy to the picture, which I think it really needed. So I'm actually really happy with this piece. As I said, I kind of took this piece kind of slowly. I wasn't thinking about the next one when I drew this. Although at the end of this picture I did sadly rush it a bit, because I do get in that mindset of when a picture takes too long, I kind of get fed up with it and I just want it to be done and finished. So sadly I did rush a little bit at the end, and you can see that on the hands. I really wanted to do these really cool leaf shadows and have some really nice intense shading on them, but I think they ended up looking a bit muddy. I'm not quite sure. I look at it now and it's not too bad. I feel like the colour choice is nice at least, but I feel I could have done better on the hands and some of the shading with the coloured pencil. And it's a shame, because I think if I had just taken my time, I could have made this look better. Although I am really pleased with it. I'm looking at it now, and I really like the colours, and I like the shadows on the leaves. I feel like I got some really nice colours and textures. I just feel it could have been a little bit better had I not rushed at the very end. So if you're wondering what art supplies I used for this, I actually used my artboard, which I have never used before, because again, I've been really frightened of wasting it, but it's not a waste if I'm drawing on it. So artboard is really strange. I think it's in between like a canvas and paper, so it's got like the nice paper texture, which I think really worked well with watercolours, because I was kind of worried it might bleed, or because I've never used it before, I don't know how it would react with certain paints or inks or anything, but it seemed to work really well and hold up the watercolours really nicely. I used my Winsor & Newton watercolours, my little travel set that my mum gave me. Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils, because I absolutely love them. I've never had coloured pencils that are so nice and pigmented. It's very fun doing the leaves, adding shading to the leaves with those. And just for the little white details, I added a white Posca pen because I think the little highlights were kind of necessary, because I tried to do this picture with minimal line art, although I did add a few bits into the hands because I felt they were getting a little bit lost without any line art. So we're coming to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a little bit rambly because I've got no script for this. This was kind of just my thoughts and everything. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.